In this lesson, we will look at a word problem that is a multiplicative comparison and solve for the missing multiplier. Let's take a look at the word problem together. This problem says, a bus is 20 feet long. A car is 5 feet long. How many times longer is the bus than the car? This is different than the other two types of multiplicative comparison word problems we've been learning about. This time, we're missing how many times. In the previous two cases, we've been given that multiplier, given how many times. But in this case, we are looking for that missing multiplier. Let's break it down a little bit further. It's telling us the length of the bus is 20 feet. So we know this is 20 feet long. It gives us the length of the car. We know the car is 5 feet long. But what we're trying to figure out is how many times longer this bus is than the car. Or in other words, how many cars of the same size I'm going to have to line up to equal the bus. That's what we're figuring out. Now, if we had our manipulatives, we could line it up and see the bus is 1, 2, 3, 4 times the length of the cars because it takes 4 cars to make up the size of this bus. But if we didn't have a bus and a car in front of us, which in most cases we don't, here are the steps we would take to figure this out. So as always, we're going to start with our labels. We're comparing a bus and a car using the language how many times longer. So that's why I'm setting up a bar model, because I know it's a multiplicative comparison. Step 2, figure out which label is more. Well, it's very clear which label is more in this case because we've been given the length of the bus and the car. We know the bus is more. Now previously, we've been writing the multiplier beside the word more. But since we don't know the multiplier, that's what we're solving for, we're just going to put a question mark. So we know that we're looking for that missing multiplier. Now, since we are missing the multiplier, that will also affect our box drawing. So we're going to draw our boxes based on the multiplier, but since it's missing, we're just going to put a long rectangle on top. So that way, when we come back and solve and check for reasonableness, we can fill in those boxes afterwards. But as always, the label without more only gets one box. Now we're going to fill in the information we know. And the information we've been given is the length of the bus and the car. So I've already filled in that the bus is 20 feet long. Now I'm going to fill in that the car is 5 feet long. Okay, now I can solve. Since I know what goes inside each box, and I know the total of all the boxes is going to be 20, and I'm missing the multiplier, I'm just going to start building boxes of 5 until I get to 20. Well, one car won't do it, so let's draw another. 2 groups of 5 is not 20, so let's keep going. 3 groups of 5 is 15. It looks like I need one more. And there we have it. Our missing multiplier has to be 4 because 4 times as many as 5 is 20. I can also solve this problem using division since I knew I had the bus length of 20 and I'm dividing it by 5 to figure out the number of groups. 20 divided by 5 is 4. In this lesson, you have learned how to look at a multiplicative comparison problem where the multiplier is unknown and solve using a bar model.